Gog.
Keep practicing.
Who is he? I don't know. He's a new recruit. I don't even know his name.
He possessed great skills.
You like this kind of fighting, huh?
Yeah,
You want to see some real fighting, you can see me fight at the Kumite.
I'm here too for the Kumite.
Aren't you a little young for full contact?
Aren't you a little old for video games?
I work hard for this. I want you to know that. Stick around.
Hey, what's up guys? Hammerin Contagious Collection back with another video. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the game room. Back with another one. Very excited again for this video as always. And today's topic of discussion is going to be, I'm going to be recommending 10. This time 10. I know I did 5 with the other videos, but I was just going through my games on the shelf. I was like, you know what? There were so many cool ones. And then there's one where there's like a trilogy and a 3-parter. So I was like, all right, let me pick more games out and recommend these because these are absolutely amazing games. I can't, again, recommend these enough. So you still know the drill. Sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink and snacks. And here we go. I'm going to get right into it. I hope you guys enjoy the content. And the first games, again, that I'm going to be showing are the Go Ackman series. And this is such a cool game. Another game that I first started playing. And I believe I got part 2 and then I ended up getting part 1. Which part 1 is a repro. And as I go along, I like to get those for the repro carts. I like to get the colorful shells because it just makes it look so much nicer. And it pops out especially on the shelf. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about these 3 right here. And the first one is a repro, like I said, in this really cool transparent red shell. So we got Go Ackman 1, that's the first one, part 2, and part 3. I believe, yeah, these are by Band Presto. And again, it's your straightforward, there's no language barrier or anything like that. Pop in the game, you could play it. And they're really, really fun action platformer games. So you could, for the main character you play, I believe is Ackman, or if I'm pronouncing that right, or is it Ackman? I don't know. But as far as I know, it's Go Ackman. And I don't know if this was an actual manga or like an anime series or anything like that. I'm not too familiar with it because at the time when I found out about these games, and I always watched gameplay footage to get an idea what the game is about before I get it, because I don't want to buy a game blind and pop it in and play it and not like it, or it could be where you might need to know Japanese. So I do my homework before I buy any type of game, and I watch a good amount of gameplay footage. So it's your straightforward, again, action platformer game, and you play as this character with like the white hair. And you have this kind of like this bat-looking, demon-looking character. I don't know what that character's name is. But when you're beating up like enemies, he kind of goes and picks up like coins or anything that needs to be picked up. And your main weapon is like a sword. You also get to get like these like guns, like a revolver. And it's so much fun. I mean, if you guys are into action platformers, definitely pick these games up. Again, Go Ackman, this is the first one. If I find the actual Super Famicom version as far as for the first one goes, I'll definitely pick that up. But here is also part 2 and Go Ackman 3. This came after a while into my collection, even though I've had it for quite some time, because I couldn't find it. And I usually don't order from Japan or any other country because it takes forever. I remember a couple times I might have ordered some games from like Canada and it took like close to a month, and patience is not one of my virtues, so that just, no, I just can't do that. But so I usually look for anybody, like I usually get my games off of eBay, anyone that's a US seller, so I take my time with it. And yeah, so first 3 recommendations: Must Play, Must Owns, Go Ackman series 1, 2, and 3. And I don't know if there's any more games that's connected to this series or any new ones. If there is, please let me know in the comments down below. That'll be really cool. Anyway, next game I'm going to be recommending is, I've talked about this game before, and that is, I believe this is called The Great Battle 4. I'm looking out for 5, which really plays like, I forgot the name of that game. But anyway, part 5 is a really good one too. And this is The Great Battle 4, I believe. So they're like these Gundam characters. I believe there's also like Kamen Rider and Ultraman and stuff like that. This plays actually like a straight up, again, run and gun type of game. But the cool thing about this is you get to choose different characters on the fly, like as you go, because every single character has a different type of ability that maybe you'll be able to like crawl walls or climb up walls or be able to like levitate and do all kinds of things, or they all have like different capabilities and abilities to do things. So it's really cool. A run and gun game, Great Battle 4. If you guys are into into run and gun type of games, definitely pick this up. Again, the visuals, the graphics, just phenomenal. Really good game, super fun. Blow stuff up and shoot bad guys. It's really cool. Next one I'm going to be showing is, this is a part of, I don't know if we got these or is it Super Bonk, I think, but it's Super Genjin 2. It's a part of the Super Bonk series, I believe, but I don't know if we got this specific game out here in the States. There is a 1 and 2, but I'm going to be showing part 2 because this is a lot more better in my opinion. Super fun. You're straight up, again, action platformer style game. The boss battles are really cool, and again, the graphics and the gameplay is just amazing. And this one is actually a Hudson Soft title. And yeah, the Bonk games, if you guys know about it, you obviously know it's quality and they're fun, and that's what it's about. And I like to talk about and show these fun games and recommending these. If you guys don't have these, definitely pick them up for the right price, of course. And the next one is going to be another Hammerin Harry game. This is the Super Famicom version. I forgot the actual name for it, but as you can see, there's Hammerin Harry. Again, now this compared to the Famicom version is just night and day. It's so much of a huge difference, just the quality of the graphics. And I believe, yeah, this is an ERM title, and they made this game so good. Just the quality of the graphics and the visuals, again, is so cool. And again, you get your upgrades where you could get like a different type of like suits and outfits. It can maybe make you jump higher, and a stronger hammer where it'll help you beat enemies faster. But as you progress into the game, the boss battles, they get really tough. But again, just the all-out amazing action platformer. Another really good game. Highly recommend that one as well. And the rest that I'm going to show is, these are again going to be reproduction cartridges, because a lot of these are really tough to find. Even a Japanese version, that these are like pretty much all Japan exclusives. They're really expensive if you even find the actual Super Famicom version. And the next game I'm going to be talking about is Rendering Ranger 2. I'm definitely going to get a different shell for this. Maybe like a dark blue, or I don't know, something that'll, you know, match the label art on it. Rendering Ranger R2. If you guys like Super Turrican or like Contra games like on the Super Nintendo, this is more close to like a Turrican type game. That's the best way to compare it to, so you guys get an idea. but I haven't gotten that far into the game yet. It also turns into a shmup, so it's a run and gun and shmup stages. I don't know how far that takes, but it is again very difficult, but so much fun, and I love that. It gets tough as nails, but it's just something about these certain games that even though you end up dying, again, I know I talk about this a lot, but it makes you want to go and play it again. It's so much fun. You get different weapon upgrades, and you're walking around like with this huge, like a Gatling gun type of thing. And again, I haven't gone into the shmup stages, but it does turn into a shmup after a while, or so I've heard. And yeah, it's a really good game, but it starts off as a like Turrican style game. So highly recommend this if you guys find this for a good price, or you know, I would actually recommend it picking it up as a repro because it's insanely expensive. So glad I got this when I did. And yeah, Rendering Ranger R2, super fun game. Next one I'm going to be talking about is another action platformer. Yes, and I remember getting a pink cartridge for this. I don't know why, but I did. But it looks super cool. It's like a light pink cartridge, and this game is Magical Poppin'. Again, this is at the time I believe this must have been a very popular game in Japan, and another insanely expensive game. And I'm not the type to be talking about prices, but this is why I like to take that repro route where, you know, I probably got this for like 20 bucks like a few years back. It's a really good game, guys. It's so much fun. Again, very colorful, the sound effects, the music, and all of that good stuff. And it actually plays like a Metroidvania, so you have to get certain abilities to be able to progress into the story, and you got to go back and forth and get like different weapons or again different abilities. And yeah, Magical Poppin', amazing game, another really cool one. Next one, I'm not exactly sure about when this came out, but I had seen gameplay footage again on this game, and soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my god, it's like Mega Man mixed in with like a beat 'em up game. And I went for months on months and searching for this game, trying to find out what it is. I remember I ended up getting the Super Famicom version, and I think it came out like in 2017 or 18. I could be mistaken. I'm not quite sure on the date, but it was on a certain platform, or I don't know, and then it came out on the cartridges. So I ended up finding the repro. I remember I got the Super Famicom version, and as I'm playing it, and I got it in the box and everything, it was really cool. So I don't know if the game does that or that certain cartridge did that. I would get to like the third or the fourth boss, and the screen would just like turn completely black or blue. So I don't know if there was some kind of internal problem. So after a few months, I ended up finding a repro, and whoever was selling this, I guess, painted this cartridge or whatever. But overall, they did a pretty good job. I guess it was spray painted or something. So it's a white cartridge. I would actually want to get like a yellow see-through, or like a yellow or a blue maybe shell for it. But for now, it still looks cool. And that is BS Shockman 0. So with this game, guys, you get to play as a male and a female character. Now the male character, he plays with like punching gloves, and you could do shoryukens like Ken and Ryu. You could do roundhouse kicks. It is absolutely amazing. The boss battles. So it visually it looks like a Mega Man game, but it plays like a beat 'em up. So you get to pick up like coins and like retro cartridge games and stuff like that. Uh, the boss battles end up being like really bizarre and like weird looking, but again, it's a game, and it's so much fun. And as the female character, I believe she uses like a sword type thing, and she has her own abilities, which is also fun. And I like that when they have like characters and it gives it more of a replay value. So it's really cool where you could do that. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember if you could play it co-op as in like, you know, simultaneously. But whenever you put the controller in the second port, you get to play as the second character, as the female character. It's not like where you could choose characters, but that's the only way. But it still, again, gives it a replay value. So imagine again, Mega Man graphics as a beat 'em up. I mean, this is one of my favorite games in my collection as far as for the, you know, Super Famicom collection goes, and that's saying a lot. I absolutely love my beat 'em ups, action platformers. Super fun game, and that is BS Shockman 0. Last but definitely not least, I believe this one was a it wasn't a released game. It never came out, so eventually I guess they pushed it out on cartridges or whatever they did, or it could have been maybe a PAL version. I don't know exactly, but I remember spray painting the cartridge on this like red and green. I didn't like it. Then I ended up finding a purple cartridge for it, and it looks way better now. Purple shell for it. And again, from the spray paint, I believe my brother spray painted this. There's like shiny things on it. It looks pretty cool, but it looks better with the purple shell. And that is Nightmare Busters, where you play as these elf-like characters. One wears like a purple suit and one wears a green one. And your weapons are like you're throwing cards. You also get power-ups. Again, amazing graphics. I might be saying these terms a lot, but it is what it is. The visuals, the gameplay, the boss battles, just amazing. So much fun. From what I remember, I think this is also co-op. I'm trying to figure out who the creator or the publisher of this was. Nick Hibutsu, or I don't know exactly. Anyway, Nightmare Busters. If you guys, again, like action platformers, if you don't believe me, don't take my word for it. Every game that I show, go check out the gameplay footage for it. If you guys are into these type of games, I believe you'll enjoy it. So yeah, that is that. And that is pretty much it. In no particular order, I'm going to be showing these games again. Recap: 10 must-play, must-own Super Famicom games. Some are repros, but that's perfectly fine. So the Go Ackman series, part 1, 2, and 3. Great Battle 4. I believe this is PC Genjin, or it's a Super Bonk game, so it's a Bonk title. So that's pretty fun as well. Hammerin Harry game. Again, I don't know the exact Japanese name for it, but it's a really great platformer. Another run and gun game, Rendering Ranger R2, which eventually turns into a shmup game as well, or I guess it has like shmup stages. Magical Poppin', BS, what was this called? BS Shockman 0, and Nightmare Busters. This is like up there too, man. Just such an amazing game. One of my favorite games to play. It's something where like you pop in again, and at least me personally, I just don't want to put it down. It's so much fun, and I just have a blast playing all these games. So that is it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it again. And don't have a good or a great day. Have a fantastic day. Take care. Until next time, Sammy's outie.
I'll be back.